Welcome back. Well, the IPO market as well is picking up steam, and ideaForge, their 570 crore IPO opens today for subscription. Out of this 570 crores, 240 is going to be fresh issue, 330 crores is going to be the offer for sale. The promoter stake will reduce to around 30% odd post the issue. The ideaForge Technology CEO, Ankit Mehta, as well as the CFO, Mr. Vipul Joshi, both of them join us on the show. Hi, Ankit and Vipul. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, it's been quite a journey, right? From building one of the first quadcopter drones to enter, a college fest. And now you're looking at a 2,800 crore market cap. Wow, big journey. But you're demanding top dollar valuations. So, I wanted a couple of numbers from you. First up, your working capital days seems a little bit elevated at around 300 days. Maybe most of your business is with the government, so that could be one of the reasons. But could you tell us, what is this number likely to look like going ahead? Either of you could take the question.
Yeah, so
Good morning.
Go ahead, Vipul.
Yeah. Right now, exactly, you rightly said that it's 300 days. But going ahead on an average, we're expecting it to be around 200 days in the subsequent timeline. Largely, the impact is, yes, we deal with defense as a prime customer. Plus, there is an impact on the overall inventory days as well, which is also because of the timing of when we took the numbers. If you look at the March, we were sitting with certain finished goods, which would then subsequently get delivered, etc. So sometimes some of these timings do matter when you're taking and closing these numbers.
Got it. Yeah, inventory days is a substantial part of that, more than 200 days. So we take that point on board. So steady state, you're saying the net working capital days will be around 200 days instead of the 300 days that was last reported. Now, there's tremendous potential, right? That's the buzzword out there for the drone industry that you are into. Give us a couple of details. You can't give us guidance about the growth for this year, so we let you go on that. But when you list, then we'll want that number. But what is the total revenue potential? You're doing a little under 200 crores odd. With the money you're getting, with the investments you've made, what is the peak revenue potential the company can deliver?
So when we look at the market opportunity, right, what has happened is that over the years, in fact, particularly post the pandemic, the opportunity has actually started to shift from being a good to have technology to a must have technology. And with the amount of impetus that both the government and the policy is doing for the industry, at this point in time, the potential is looking very exciting. To give you examples, one of the schemes that the government of India has is the Swamitwa scheme, where the government is mapping all the 660,000 villages in the country and creating property cards for villagers where the houses that they've lived in for generations but have not had formal ownership of, they will first time have that formal ownership of those houses. So these schemes, several states are getting into full large-scale resurvey of their lands. We are getting into the mandatory use of drones for national highway mapping. We have mandatory use of drones for using in mining. Then, of course, we have the defense side of the house where we are looking at a very, very large potential and a urgent need to induct the technology given what we have seen for the last many episodes.
Ankit, the potential is massive. And I'm looking at a note which states that currently the industry is around $43 million, I think in FY22 odd. And the potential is that it's going to go all the way up to around 800 million. So potential is big. My question to you, what is your revenue potential? With the current investments that you have made, you're building a great business with big potential. But what is the revenue potential that you can reach? If demand picks up, you get your orders, etc. Go ahead.
So, when we look at ideaForge's potential, the way we have to look at it is that we are obviously not going to be in each and every segment of what the drone industry is going to comprise of. And we are going to look at particularly segments that complement our, you can say, market size, market scale, or complements our approach in terms of the industry. So today we are looking at most of the potential that is going to come from the surveillance side of the house and the mapping side of the house, which are the two large-scaled opportunities as far as this industry is concerned presently. And then there are many other sectors which we will not be a part of presently.
Right.
For
Ankit,
example, we're not a part of spraying, etc.
Right. Sorry, sorry for interrupting. Good morning, Prashant here. Good morning to both you and Vipul. Ankit, so from these two segments, what's the revenue potential according to you? the two that you're focused on right now? Is there a number in mind?
So, if see potential, Prashant, we have to look at it from multiple aspects, right? So there is one in terms of the total market potential, the total addressable market. Then that runs into, for just our country, runs into a few $1 billion for both of these segments put together.
Okay, got it. So, I mean, fair enough. That's the TAM, a few $1 billion. Of course, market shares, etc., will determine where you guys finally end up at. Vipul, what kind of growth? Just a quick run through, right? So, defense and mapping is the two areas that you are focused on. Could you tell us a few simple things? What is the replacement sort of cycle for the drones that you manufacture? Is it a single product dependence that you have? On what parameters does profitability depend on? Because many more companies are getting in, and since this is a not very new technology but emergent technology, I'm assuming prices will go down. So, what is the margin profile going to be? Just a few things, Vipul.
Yeah. So, see, we have distributed product line today from as low as a 25-minute system to as high as about 2-hour system is the various segments that we are delivering. Our revenue is distributed between a defense and civil is how we demarcate the market today. Large part of past few years, revenue has been defense, while we see that the civil share will slowly increase. And that's the reason why we are also looking to further our efforts in the drone as a service side of things. While there is not single dependence on one product line, continued efforts on how we proceed and develop the technologies for drone going ahead, as well as how we are continue to be differentiated in the market,
Yes.
whether in domestic as well as internationally, would help maintain the margins and again the revenue mix or the product mix on how customers are looking at the particular drone as a usage. Every usage and every use cases will have its own, so to say, margin segments, wherein we'll see that if wherever our top of the line marquee products are there, we would continue to enjoy the healthy margins.
Got it.
So, I wanted to add, Prashant, that when we look at the margin structure, right, for ideaForge, I think it is pertinent to note that the entire technology stack that we have is largely designed by us ourselves. So our ability to command margins has been good because of the fact that for the same technology product, if let's say, for example, somebody else were to buy 100% of a subsystem, we will only buy the bill of materials of that, and we will be adding the technology layer on top. So that
you
also
have more,
and the depth.
you have more control over margins, basically.
Yes,
got it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, Vipul, I have to ask you this. There is this note which has been circulating, right? Claiming all kinds of things. It doesn't have a name in terms of who the author is, but it does allege a lot of things. It talks about fraud, embezzlement, drone crashes, FIRs, and whatnot. It's a long note. I'm sure you guys have gone through it as well. You have, decent sort of anchor investors who've come in and shown faith in the IPO. So that's a vote of confidence. Right. But how do you respond to the note, which I'm sure both of you have gone through in detail?
Yeah.
Right. So Prashant, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. See, right now, some of the facts that I would like to lay out, and then we can go into the some of the matters that have been laid out. See, ideaForge is not like last 4 or 5 years old company. ideaForge is a 16 years old company with 62 patents filed in, 25 of them granted world over. ideaForge's drones have done about 350,000 flights in the hands of the users. And we have been developing technology in-house since the day we started. And that has been our forte. We are today also present in international market. Our subsidiary in the US has been open since last September. We're also promoting, if you see, we have also launched a product which is the world-class.
Vipul,
your RHP has all the details. The question is, will you respond to these, the allegations in this note? Have the regulators, Because the note
Yeah.
says they've also sent this to SEBI, etc. Have they reached out? Just the current state of affairs.
Have you all received any formal communication, Ankit and Vipul? We want to clear the air on that front. Have you all received any formal communication? It's been doing the rounds on WhatsApp, so we want to understand that. And have you all responded to it very quickly?
So we have already disclosed anything which was material and relevant. We have already disclosed it in the RHP. And in terms of responses to the to the regulators, we have already placed most of our responses to the regulators as well. And in terms of other facts, we do not have any facts supporting a lot of other
Ankit,
things.
you've played after this note circulated, you reached out to the regulator and provided facts, or they reached out to you?
Yes, of course. Yeah. We have reached out proactively.
Okay, proactively, and you've kind of given sort of a response. Will you make that public as well?
We will have the regulators guide us on that.
Okay, but you've not heard anything after that from the regulator, after you've sort of... Okay, nothing at all. All right.
All right, Ankit and Vipul, thanks so much for stopping by. Well, we'd like a few more numbers from you all, like the revenue potential. I think your operating cash flows are negative last year, but as you say, the working capital comes under control. That will help your case. Wishing you all the best with regard to this IPO. And on the day of listing, we're looking forward to having a more detailed chat with both of you all gentlemen. Well, for the time being, though, we'll slip into a short break. Coming up next, Anuj Singhal joins us for a quick trade setup. Post that, we'll bring you the top stock picks from our technical as well as F&O experts.